Hello and welcome to the Quibber channel. I am Jason, your host. Things are changing. Change is bad. Change is good. Change is strange. Change is hard. Especially for someone who's dealing with all the issues that I face. But change has to happen. Now you'll notice some changes in the room. Certain things have been removed. And the reason is this. This was my streaming room. This was my room where I had all my primary tech. But now it's going to become something more. It's going to become my room. Now I'm not going to go into too many details, but this room is going to be where is going to be my base. It's why I've got rid of a lot of stuff. It's why I've made it more open. It's why I've removed some of the desks and I've moved around where things are. And behind me here, right there, is going to be a sofa futon bed for me to sleep on. Why would I be doing that? Because in the near future, someone is going to come live with me here. And my current bedroom is going to be their bedroom, their place. This has been something in the planning for quite a while. I'm not going to discuss who it is, but this is going to be a positive thing for me. First of all, this doesn't affect my benefits at all because I don't get housing benefit, which is the only benefit that can be affected by having someone else living in your house. Because I don't pay rent on this, because this house is mine, it doesn't affect my benefits at all. I don't have an official carer, although this person can take on that role if they wish to. But that isn't the primary role of it. So I've been consolidating, that's the right word, all my technology into this room, because before this, which only started to be put into motion after the house was mine and after everything to do with my mum was sorted. The main thing about getting rid of all my stuff and console is this house used to be, I think my friend said it best, a tech museum. Every room had technology in it. I struggled to use each room in the house because I spent all my time in this room. But I couldn't just not use all the rest of the house. But now, the kitchen can be a kitchen, not a streaming room. The kitchen can be for making food, and the table in the kitchen can actually be for sitting down and actually eating. The living room isn't just going to be a place to go very rarely. It's going to be a central area of the house. The backyard's going to get used a lot. You decided to come up here? Come here. Doggies are here. Yeah, you've been playing downstairs. I heard you playing. Yeah. And the dogs are going to love it as well, having someone else to play with. So, this has been all organised with my friends and set into place. And Whether or not I ever talk about this person will be completely up to them, because there's not going to be there's not going to be any big reveal or anything like that. If they want to let people know that they're coming to, then that's up to them. But there will be no thingy on my side, because the person's own thoughts and that should be their privacy. So yeah, well, I just wanted to let you know why everything was being moved around here. I'll just give you a quick show of my room now. Now, this computer here is one that I'm going to use for different projects. It's based around a ThinkPad. It's got a eGPU and 2 monitors. It's all set up now. Been tweaking it today and updating. Over this port, my 2 Steam Decks are all connected and updated. My PS2 is, I'm doing some tests on the PS2. I've got a PS2 with an SSD in. Funny situation that is, I'll tell them, you know. Now that monitor up there usually isn't black. The reason it's black at the moment is because I'm doing this video. That monitor there has a link to all my different cameras around the house, all my security cameras, and I'm not going to show that where the placement of the cameras are or anything, because that would be dumb. Then of course you've got my Amiga and my AI server, and you've got that, and of course you've got my primary VR and my backup VR over there. So yes, it's all here. So yeah, my PS2 drove me crazy. You see, long ago I did an upgrade to it and got rid of the fans and replaced them with Noctua fans to make it quiet. But all that did was make the sound from the DVD drive me insane. It was too loud. Once you get rid of the fan noise from a PS2, you really notice how loud the DVD drive, and the DVD drive was failing. So I actually got an hard drive expansion and put a mechanical 2 terabyte drive in there with basically every PS2 game possible. Of course, then once I did the Noctua fan thing, which made it perfectly silent, I could hear the mechanical drive, and I don't like my computers to make sound. It bothers me. So then I had to transfer it to an SSD, and now it's got an SSD now, and now my PS2 is 100% quiet. And it has a wireless controller, so I can play it sitting over here. But yeah, once I've got the futon bed here, the dogs are going to love it because they're going to have a bed. I think I've just ordered a cover for the bed when it gets here, so that the dogs don't mess it up, because they will if they can. So yeah, I am very happy with how I've set everything up. There'll be a bit of tweaking, and once I needed the TV there is going to be for me for at night. I've stuck a Amazon Fire Stick in the back of it, so I've got a 4K Amazon Fire Stick that I was never using for ages. That's got some use. Of course, the wonderful thing about having someone else staying here is going to be a lot of my equipment is going to get a new life. My 2001 PC has gone up in the attic. Brit helped me to move it yesterday because there was no point in having it, really. No point in having it out. I was using it very rarely because I use the arcade more for when my brain needs a rest. So this is all set up now. I know it looks like a lot of technology, but this is my technology pared down a lot. I'm pretty amazed at how much I've pared down everything. So yeah, this is what Jason's been doing over the past week or two. When my vlogs have been later in the day, I've been longer to do this and this, because I've been working on things. I'm making sure everything is set up and ready for this to happen. You see, my coping strategies. The most challenging times is when I'm alone. Living independently for me is very hard. I am in a constant fight every minute of every day. I have to have, when I get up, I have to have my audible boots on to stop me from just disappearing for the rest of the day and going catatonic. I have to prepare everything. And even leaving the house, I have to motivate myself to leave the house, to get on my... Once I'm on my Quingo, I'm okay. But to get out of the house and go on my Quingo and my mobile, it's really hard. I have to remember to do things like my medication. I have to make sure that I've done everything for the dogs. I have to do everything, which everybody does when they're living alone. But for someone who's dealing with all these disability problems, it can be completely exhausting. Now, as we've found when Monkey has come to stay over the weekends, it's a completely new kettle of fish. I can put aside a lot of... I still have to have coping strategies like... I can't share soap. I've got to have separate soap. And I have to move my stuff that I'm using with the sink out of the room if someone else is using the same bathroom as me. Other things need to be coped with. Other things need to be coped with. Like if I see someone's bag somewhere on the floor and he shouldn't be on the floor and all these kind of things. But it's nowhere near as exhausting as if I'm alone. Of course, the big thing is the person who comes to my house and stays, I have to trust completely. This person I've known for a very long time. And we connected very quickly. So, yeah. I'm not going to go into details of it, of course, because like I said, that's someone's privacy. Yeah. This will be my actual room. I don't mind at all. I don't mind. I've done a lot of checking. I've talked to my doctors. I've talked about it and they think it's a good idea as well. They'll be monitoring the situation of me having someone else living here. But it'll help me use this to be more of a home than a thingy. I've still got all my technology, all my stuff that I need around me. My coping strategies are all here. I've just got rid of some of my backups. I still have multiple backups. For example, this system here can be pretty much replicated completely by that system next to it. If this system fails in any way, shape or form, that system next to it takes over. If my primary VR coping strategies fail on that, I've got my Quest 3 that can take over 90% of the role. If the arcade machine goes down, I've got my old Steam Deck, which is set up as a retro console, and I've got my normal Steam Deck as a backup, and I've got my PS2. I have not in any way reduced my coping strategies past a point where I don't have multiple backups for everything. Because having backups is a coping strategy in itself. But yeah. Things are changing. The doggies want their food, so I'll go down and do their food now because I've been working on this most of the day. Of course, I got distracted multiple times by other items. Yes, you're going to get your din-dins. You want your yummies, don't you? Yes, the doggies want their yummies. I've had lots of things going on in the house that I've had to do. I know. Zach is being a whiny little dog because Zachy wants... I've mentioned food. Zach, as you can hear. What? Is that you wanting food? You want food? Is that what you want? Zaki? You want food? Oh. What? You're beautiful. That is Zaki. That is Zaki being... Bertie's here, of course, and Zaki's there. Aren't you adorable? But you are quite a whiny little dog. Oh, yes. Zaki is a very, very, very vocal dog. We're going to go down in a minute. Just give me a sec. Anyway, I hope you're all having a good day. Bye-bye for now.